If you are building a high-end PC right now, you are walking into a trap. We are deep enough into 2026 that the RTX 50 series has settled into the market, and the dilemma seems simple. Save some cash with the RTX 5080 or go all in on the RTX 5090. But if you look at the real-world benchmarks, and more importantly, at what NVIDIA is doing with their AI supply chain, the math behind this decision has completely changed. One of these cards is a masterclass in brute force performance. The other is relying on a massive price-to-performance illusion. Before you drop flagship money on a graphics card this year, we need to talk about what you're actually paying for.
Let's start at the top. The RTX 5090 is, without question, the current performance king. But we need to define what performance actually means in 2026. If you are playing standard rasterized games at 1440p, buying a 5090 is a complete waste of your budget. The architecture here is designed for massive data bottlenecks. It exists to solve the problems of 4K native rendering, heavy path tracing, and maxed-out ray tracing pipelines. When you boot up the most punishing titles of the year and turn path tracing all the way up, the 5090 separates itself from the rest of the stack. It doesn't just edge out the competition. It fundamentally changes the smoothness of the frame pacing. When you pair its raw compute power with the latest iterations of DLSS and frame generation, you are getting an experience that finally makes zero-compromise 4K gaming a reality. But the real secret weapon of the 5090 isn't just the core count. It's the VRAM. The massive memory buffer on this card is your insurance policy. As game engines become more heavily reliant on uncompressed textures and complex lighting volumes, VRAM is the first thing to choke. The 5090 gives you the headroom to comfortably skip the next generation of GPUs entirely. Then we have the RTX 5080A. On paper, this is the card most people should buy. It delivers elite, high-end performance at a significantly more approachable price point. If you look at standard benchmarks across a spread of 20 modern games, the 5080 tracks incredibly well. The performance gap between the 5080 and the 5090 is often much smaller than the massive canyon between their price tags.
Chasing rumors is a great way to spend 6 months playing on a struggling system while you wait for a card that you might not even be able to buy on launch day. Buy for the games you want to play right now. So, which one is actually worth your money? If you are gaming at 1440p, or you want high-end 4K performance without taking out a second mortgage, buy the RTX 5080. It is the pragmatic choice. It handles everything you throw at it today, and the price-to-performance ratio is vastly superior. Just accept that you might have to tweak a few settings 2 or 3 years from now. But if you are a professional hybrid user, if you game exclusively on a massive 4K OLED, or if you simply refuse to compromise on path tracing and frame rates, the RTX 5090 stands alone. It is an expensive luxury, but it is one of the few Halo products in tech that actually delivers on its uncompromising promise. Don't wait for TI refreshes. Don't wait for supply chain miracles. Pick the card that fits your monitor and your budget today, and go play some games.
For the vast majority of gamers, even those playing at 4K, the 5080 is going to output frame rates that easily saturate high refresh rate monitors. You might have to step down from ultra-path tracing to high ray tracing in a few unoptimized titles. But let's be honest. In the middle of a fast-paced shootout, you are not going to notice the difference in shadow diffusion. You will, however, notice the hundreds of dollars still left in your bank account. But there is a catch. NVIDIA knows exactly how to segment their hardware. The 5080's VRAM capacity and memory bus are strictly tailored to keep it from cannibalizing 5090 sales. It is a fantastic card for today, but its runway for future, poorly optimized console ports is definitively shorter than its bigger brother. To make the right choice, you also have to understand the market reality of 2026. NVIDIA is not primarily a gaming company anymore. They are an AI infrastructure company. Their silicon allocation priorities are heavily skewed toward massive enterprise AI chips.